As Donald Trump continues to crash in the polls and as new revelations from the Epstein files continue to crush him and his regime, Donald Trump is moving the United States closer to a full-scale war against Iran, moving another aircraft carrier group close to Iran, and we're learning that war could be imminent. Axios is reporting that there is evidence that a U.S. war with Iran is now imminent, and Israel, along with the United States, is preparing for a scenario of war within just a few days. It is expected to include a full-scale war, not just some, minor strikes, if you will. Weeks-long, full-fledged war. Unlike the Venezuela operation, sources say, joint U.S.-Israeli campaign that will be much broader than what we saw with the 12-day war in June. The U.S. Armada now consists of 2 aircraft carriers, 12 warships, hundreds of fighter jets, and multiple air defense systems. More than 150 U.S. military cargo flights have been moving weapon systems and ammunition to the Middle East. Another 50 fighter jets in 24 hours are expected to be in the region, including F-35s, F-22s, and F-16s. And now we're seeing oil prices surge above $64 a barrel on this news. You can see right here just what the assets look like in the region. And notably, this seems to be a U.S.-Israeli operation. Doesn't seem to have the support of any broader international community at this point. Again, this armada, as Trump is calling it, is growing. And as I stated at the outset of this video, it is so obviously a distraction, a wag the dog scenario from the Epstein files, from the disastrous economy, from the fact that Donald Trump is crashing in the polls. He's about to get the United States into a massive war in the Middle East where the lives of our troops will be in jeopardy. Now, one of Donald Trump's biggest critics, former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, just posted, Americans do not want to go to war with Iran. They want to be able to afford their lives and just get ahead. They want to be happy and enjoy life. They want their government to put elite pedos in jail, and they voted for no more foreign wars and no more regime change. So what does Donald Trump do in response? What has he been posting all last night and into the morning? QAnon memes. And this is how Donald Trump is also trying to deal with his base who's turning on him based on the cover-up of the Epstein files. He posts this bizarre meme again that says, I will be the one to shut it down. And it has Donald Trump looking ominously at the camera. I will be the one to shut it down. And this is called the Q drop. This is straight out of QAnon right here, and it's telling the cult that there's a deeper conspiracy that's happening, and he's the one who's going to shut it down. And as I said in a video I did earlier today, shut what down? You're shutting the government down right now. You're shutting our economy down right now. You're shutting people's healthcare down right now. You're shutting the hopes and future of Americans right now. Is that what you mean by shutting it down? So while that's going on, don't look away from the corruption taking place. Corruption isn't even the right word. I mean, it's just abject criminality on scales we've never even seen before or even fathomed here in the United States. Look, you've got Eric Trump and Don Jr. on CNBC this morning bragging about the quid pro quos, how they are using their daddy's position in the Oval Office to extract money from companies. And the host of CNBC, Eisen, says, so the critics say people are just trying to curry favor with you. And that's why they're here at this conference and everything that you're doing, because this is what they know you're holding over their head if they want to get government contracts. And you'll see Eric Trump and Don Jr. don't even deny it. Here, play this clip.
Exciting.
Well, you know what the critics would say. They'd say that the credibility factor is the Trump name and the Trump White House, and that everyone, is here to curry favor.
I think the great irony here is they didn't give us much of a choice. When you had they created this monster. When you had every big bank in the world for doing nothing wrong, just based on the fact that we all wore a hat that said "Make America Great Again." My father happened to be running as a Republican. canceled us. I mean, I was getting these calls, 300 bank accounts, Capital One, in the middle of the night. These are commercial buildings, residential buildings, golf courses, around the world. These aren't political entities, and they were pulling these accounts from us like we're absolute dogs. We couldn't pay our vendors. We couldn't pay employees. And so we said, listen, there has to be a better way.
They're used to being able to do that to people who have no ability to fight back.
They go on to whine. They say, we were the most canceled people in 2021, 2022. So we had to do this corruption right now. We have to do it. We need our retribution. They literally say, I want you to watch this. Don Jr. and Eric are like, we need our retribution. Just think about that. As you're suffering today, as you're scared today, as your family is under attack by this regime, these sickos who are covering up for a child sex trafficking ring in the Oval Office, they have they have Eric and Don out there saying, this is our retribution. You are their retribution. You feeling pain, you suffering, you struggling to pay rent, you struggling to pay your mortgage, the pain and suffering of your family, they're gloating right now. That's what they're doing. Just watch it here. Play this clip.
I'm curious what you're trying to accomplish here, because it's not just a crypto conference. World Liberty is a crypto company, but you have CEOs from Goldman Sachs and big hedge fund managers. What's the goal?
I think we're trying to modernize finance. We're the most canceled people in the world in 2020, 2021. And it's really great to almost have this retribution where all of a sudden we start pushing an agenda. Our agenda was to modernize finance, to allow